everybody, welcome back to Tabletop Witchcraft. Today we're going to be working on these little doors right here. Castle doors, dungeon doors, whatever you want to use them for, alright? Mostly made out of foam, a little bit of green stuff used in there. It's some pretty basic beginner stuff, so it's a good place to start crafting, alright? One thing I want you guys to note is the lighting quality in the video. It's not the greatest. I'm currently working on a shop in my basement that's going to have really good lighting for all my videos. So the first few, it's not that great, but hang in there, alright? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to all the videos, hit the bell notification for further videos that are coming out, and with that, let's get crafting. Alright, so we're starting out with a shifting land stencil, and each door is going to be 2.5 inches high, and what you want to do is you want to set your prox on to a real low temperature, like 1. Really nothing over that. It's going to take a little while to cut, but you'll have a lot of control over it. You could also just use a knife for that. Then I take a smaller shifting land stencil just to mark out the door itself. The outer section obviously would be the jamb. And then cut that out. That I find is a lot easier making this cut with the prox on. And then cut that in half, and that'll be your door. I'd save the other half. You never know when you might need that. I actually take a section out of that later on in the build for some cross bracing, and that's what the door looks like in the jamb. Alright, then just take a pen, and you can make any type of cut you want to here. Design you want here, stone, brick, whatever. But you want to try and keep in mind the scale that you're going for here. And then I just alternate some vertical lines here just to make it look like individual stacked pieces of stone or brick. Then we're going to go ahead and grab some aluminum foil and roll it all out to give it some stone texture. You want to be careful, it is a little delicate here. And it might lose its shape just a little bit from rolling it, but it's going to get it right back once you glue the door back in. And then for the door, what I would do is take an X-ACTO knife to cut out each individual slab, and then use a pen to define that line, like you'll see here in black. And then use some type of either a toothpick, or this is a sculpting tool, to draw in some over-exaggerated wood grain lines. There you can see I did a little knot to add some detail. And this is where I used the other door. I just cut it out the width of the door, and now I'm going to cut this in half to make like the bracings that go along the front of the door. You'll see here in the next step. And again, you want to make sure you put that detail on everything. So here I'm just drawing some wood grain in on that wood as well. And we're just going to glue those right in place. So you see where using the other door came in handy, because the exact width is all set and ready for you. Use a little bit of hot glue and glue the door into the jamb. Starting to look like something here. Alright, now what I usually do is make a whole bunch of like door handles or knockers. When I've got extra green stuff after I've worked on miniatures or something like that. So instead of throwing it out, I'll make these knockers right here. Real easy to make, and they look really good on the door. Just mixing up a little, any type of, you can use Play-Doh or Milliput, and then I just stick a little fishing hook or like a little ring that you find in a fishing department to make the handle. And here I'm just making some nail holes in the door. But I'll do another video on that door knocker, how to make those, because that's I make a bunch of those and they're real handy. And now I just want to go ahead and Mod Podge the door. And that's Mod Podge, a little bit of water, and some black paint. And then I'll take a little bit of paint here, some dark brown, any brown you want, depends on what you want to make the door. tend to go a little bit darker on this because I usually bring it up with a couple layers of dry brushing. And this is folk art graphite gray that I paint the stone. And you want to make sure, obviously, you get the front and the little bit on the inside as well. And this is a pewter gray from Apple Barrel that I dry brush. Again, this is probably closer to 90% coverage over everything I've done already. And this is going to be a honey brown from Deco Art that I use. And it might look really bright right now, but once you put your brown wash over that, it's really going to darken it up quite a bit. Now I'm using a linen color, and I'm just dry brushing kind of the lower section where the light would hit. You'll notice I'm not using it so much up underneath the door jamb or by that door knocker. Just the edges where the light's going to hit. The same goes for the stone jamb. And I'm doing it in a downward motion. I'm not going up. It's downward strokes, the way light would be hitting the door. And here I'm just using like a dark gunmetal to paint the door knocker, I guess, or the handle, the doorknob. Now you can use anything here. You can paint this black and make it look like, you know, iron or whatever you want to do. Alright, now the fun part. This is a Citadel wash here, Agrax Earthshade, and I love this here. It really brings out the piece once you put this on. And I hit all of the door with this. And I've got a Nuln oil that I do the stone with, and the metal doorknob. And you want to apply this pretty liberally too. You don't want to just put a light coat on. You really want to get it to soak in there and get into all that wood grain. And you can see the color difference here. This is the Nuln oil. It's a black wash. I don't use this on big set pieces, just small little things like this. Typically I use all this on miniatures. And now we're just doing one final dry brush over the whole piece. Real light, just kind of brings out some contrast between all the dark that we just applied. You can do that on the wood as well. And again, this is real light, just kind of tapping the piece. And again, you'll notice I'm just doing the lower portion of the door where the light would be hitting. I'm assuming the light's probably up at about a 45 or a 60 degree angle. And then finally we want to go through here, and I'm using some silver Vallejo. You can see that really stands out, just to do some highlight on the doorknob here. I'm not painting the whole thing, again, just kind of like the top portions of it, just to kind of have something to catch the eye and draw the eye to. everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed making these dungeon doors as much as I did. With that, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification for further videos for Tabletop Witchcraft. Till next time, see you around.